side as humans, rather than
take us over.
a threat to us.
Oh god, like iRobot. Hi there, and welcome to another episode of iScience Coffee and Chat. Today I'm joined with Dr. Stefan Leutenegger, and he's a robotics researcher here at Imperial College London. So thank you so much for coming in, talking to us today.
You're welcome.
So first of all, if you could just tell us a little bit about your research here at Imperial, tell us what you're up to.
Okay, so at the Dyson Robotics Lab we are looking at giving mobile robots the ability to see the environment that they are operating in, as well as to then find out where they are with respect to that environment.
Okay.
But maybe it's easiest if I give you a little example, because I brought this flying robot here.
Flying robot.
So this is a robot that is equipped with sensing and with processing, so it's doing everything on here. So all the brain and the sensing, everything's on here.
So is that all inside?
That's all inside. So it's running right now. There's a quite serious computer in there. We're not leaving. We're not turning on the motors. We're just kind of illustrating what it sees and what it thinks where it is and in what orientation. And that's essentially what's visualized over here. So it's transmitting this information about the position and orientation to this computer. And now I can just kind of show what that looks like. So when I basically now move it around, you can see the same motion in that visualization in real time.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I can move it up, even outside the field, move it down, move it over here.
So how exactly is it sensing this? Is this through cameras?
Yes, exactly. So there's two cameras right in front here.
Okay.
And there is also an inertial measurement unit that's very similar to what we have in our ears in the vestibular system, that measures accelerations as well as rotation rates. So we combine all of this sensing just like we do that, and then it will figure out somewhat where the environment is and where it is with respect to that environment.
Okay, awesome. Well, it looks really cool. So this is kind of a gadget at the moment, but would this have any benefits in our everyday lives in society?
Certainly. When we turn on the motors and actually use this computed position and orientation for the input to the autopilot that is running there, then we can actually have it fly around autonomously. And we can, for instance, use it to inspect the facility, industrial facility, to inspect points, locations that are really hard to reach or really maybe even dangerous to get to. So it can be a very useful tool for an inspection task like that. But there is a wider range of application to these kind of algorithms I was talking about. So for instance, if you look at the robotic vacuum cleaner, it will have also to find out where it is, what the environment looks like, where it has to clean, where it already has cleaned. And so there's very, very similar technologies involved there.
Okay.
Even in autonomous driving, or in driving an autonomous rover on Mars or another planet,
nice.
the moon. So there's a wide application of these kind of algorithms.
Cool. Okay, so in terms of robotics in general, do you think there's anything controversial that could be created? Or is there anything you're worried about, or not really?
So I'm personally not as worried, because what I think is that robots have incredibly gained popularity. They have reached an interesting level of intelligence, of tasks they can solve, but at the same time they're still also very focused on certain tasks. So they can be incredibly good at solving something very specific, even better than a human can do it, but it's still very specific. It's not a very general kind of intelligence, ability to learn things, understand things like we have.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I'm not as worried that the robots will take over the world.
As everyone else seems to be.
I think, as maybe some people do, but what I think is that we should see robots as our companions that can complement us, our society, and solve very specific tasks really well that otherwise couldn't be solved. Okay,
cool. So do you think that in the future they're going to become a lot more integrated into our everyday life?
I hope, and I hope it can happen in a positive way, such that we all benefit from it.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for coming to talk to us today. And if you enjoyed this episode of iScience Coffee and Chat, you can find more on our YouTube channel, and you can also follow our Twitter. All the links are in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching. Cool.
All right.
Brilliant.
We have flown this one there but not in our lab. But we have
Yeah.
flown it here indoors. We can't fly it outdoors because
The
of
wind, get it?
also because there's too many people around.
Oh
and
yeah.